So guys, still on Akpabio's and Peter Obi matter, guys. Akpabio, they don't finish Akpabio. Aisha Yesufu don't scatter table for where Akpabio dey. Guys, you'll be shocked. You need to see all the revelation she just dey give concerning Akpabio and Peter Obi. Apart from Aisha Yusuf, Rufai and Abati, Dr. Abati, OJ of Arise Television don't finally finish Akpabio. This one Akpabio go really hide im face for shame. Next time when people dey talk, the lies of Peter Obi dey talk. Akpabio, somebody like Akpabio no suppose open mouth to dey talk. If really Nigeria is a sane country, guys, in fact, man no talk too much. Man leave the video, make una watch, make una see. You guys will really be shocked at the revelation. So watch this.
Okay, now. It can only be in Nigeria. Hey, Akpabio said they talk. People they talk. Akpabio to get mouth. Open mouth they talk. Hey, what to be that way they say? Small waiting they shake. I'm literally looking at him and it's like feeling cool. Anyway, Mr. Akpabio, before I go on let me first of all tell you that women are safe where Mr. Peter Obi is. You understand? Unlike you, where there are reported series of, and don't even say it's me, just listen to this.
Not at all.
We got reports that when Godwin Akpabio was a governor, he was corrupt.
He was corrupt. Not only he was corrupt, but he was also in the habit of abusing, women.
Oh.
So who do you think?
They say, Aisha yesufu, she's always, Aisha. This is not Aisha yesufu. At least Atiku Abubakar said this one. And I didn't hear Akpabio say Pim when they said he is corrupt. I see Atiku no put water for mouth, talk the thing, say, Akpabio is corrupt, and not only that, he's fond of abusing women. So calm down, bros. And then coming back to it, where Akpabio talked about, because I took my time, I took my pen and my paper, I wrote everything down as he was talking about. The first of all, I want to talk about, the issue of Boko Haram. So Akpabio coming out to say that, if he cannot solve that Mr. Peter Obi cannot solve Labour Party problem, is it Boko Haram crisis is going to go? So do you people, me up till now, you've not solved Boko Haram crisis? This month will be 10 years, a decade that APC has been there, and they came on the mantra of solving that crisis. So up till now, Boko Haram crisis has not only been solved, it is something that you use to gauge and tell someone that, if you can't do this, are you going to do this? Meaning that you people have zero capacity to solve it. You can't solve it. Your Senate president, the illegitimate president, has absolutely nothing, cannot solve the Boko Haram crisis, is not interested in it, and you haven't done anything. My bad. Birds of the same feather. Okay, now. So nothing will happen out of this. So that's number one on it. On the issue of Labour Party, when Akpabio talked about Labour Party crisis, I think so Akpabio thinks how do I put it now? Parties are the same thing as slave camp. So because in APC they are in a slave camp where all of them have to dobale and kiss somebody's ring. Even he that is supposed to be the third political highest ranking office in the land. First of all, the highest office in the land is the office of the citizen. The highest political office in the political office is that of the president, and then the Senate president is supposed to be third. After the vice president, you have the Senate president. Yet Akpabio is still kissing ring. He's still doing boy. He's still doing yes sir. He's still doing dobale. So he thinks every political party that's how it behaves. No, Akpabio, that's not how it's done. So the issue of where the crisis or no crisis that have been rocking APC left, right, and center. Other than the one they have used this thing to tie you people down and hold you, and you can't speak, and you have to kiss a ring. You think that's the same thing? No. So what Peter Obi has in Labour Party is a political party. What you Akpabio have in APC is actually a slave camp. So there are two different things. Nobody is kissing ring here. When you see those crises, it's allowing process to happen. I know due process sometimes is not something that you guys know, but that's one of the things that is happening where Mr. Peter said, let the process follow through, and it's not the one that forcing everybody, to kiss that ring. Then the issue came on the issue of okay, development. So I think somebody needs to tell Mr. Akpabio, Senator Akpabio, that white elephant projects are not the same thing as development. Most of these projects are actually conduit pipes, so they use them to siphon money, where lots of money are stolen. By the way, Akpabio has this EFCC case since 2023 that, first of all, he said he was very sick. He said this, after that sickness matter, I'm still going to come back to it. He said he was this, he was that, and then he didn't show up at EFCC. The next thing, he became Senate president. EFCC kept the matter. Nobody is referring to the matter. There's 108 billion naira corruption charges, stealing, looting charges against Senator Akpabio at EFCC, that he looted the Akwa Ibom state money. There's also another charges, if I'm not mistaken, out of his term as the minister of NDDC, Niger Delta Development Commission. Yes, out of that one also. So what is that? So he talked about flyover, best what stadium. All these are conduit pipes. So this stadium, how many times did they use it? Fine, it's a fantastic stadium. People that have been there have said it's the best in Nigeria. Probably it can't be the best in Africa, because I know the other time they were talking about Rwanda own. It's the best, but how helpful has it been to your people? How has it increased their standard of living in terms of their health, in terms of their education, and all of that? So somebody's, what do you call it now? Somebody sending pilgrims to Jerusalem and Mecca is now an achievement. No, that's a waste of government money. As far there's no need, nobody should be subsidizing anybody for religion. It's a personal business. And then the issue of the hospital, is that not the same hospital? Has Akpabio ever attended that hospital? Because I remember, if I'm not mistaken, when there was an accident he had, since somebody had jumped red lights, whatever, hitting, whatever, he had to leave the country. He doesn't go to the hospital. So you have a world-class hospital, but you don't attend this world-class hospital. You have to go to other part of the world to attend their own hospital. Sometimes when people they talk, they shut up. It's good to shut up. Face your business, mind your business. It's good to shut up. Face your business, mind your business. Not they carry mouth put for where this thing. And then what are the other things? Okay, a digitalized government house, a stadium, a best international hospital that Akpabio himself never attends. A free education. Well, you know what? I think at this moment, let me just end this video with what they said about Mr. Peter Obi. Not he himself saying it now. What they said. Have a look.
Fortune 500 companies like SAB Miller, Distel, and GlaxoSmithKline, Nemeth Pharmaceuticals, etc., to Anambra State. Under him, Anambra State was rated the least indebted state in Nigeria by the Debt Management Office. Anambra was adjudged by the Federal Ministry of Works the state with the best network of roads in the country, having asphalted over 800 kilometers of roads. He reopened long-closed schools and returned missionary schools to the original owners with a grant of 6 billion naira for their rehabilitation, distributing over 30,000 computers, internet access, Microsoft academies to over 500 schools. Anambra State students, for the first time, achieved first place nationwide in the 2013 WAEC and NECO Common Entrance examinations. He provided 700 buses to secondary schools in the state and provided boreholes to over 300 schools. He also built classroom blocks in all the 177 communities in the state. He ensured the payment of over 35 billion naira in outstanding pensions and gratuities in the state since 1999. Before he became governor, no single health institution was accredited in the state. But under his administration, 10 schools of nursing, midwifery, and medical technology, as well as 2 hospitals, were accredited. Mr. Peter Obi stands for justice and fairness and was the first Nigerian governor to reclaim his governorship mandate after 3 years in the court, giving confidence to others.
President Godswill Akpabio has urged Peter Obi, the Labour Party presidential candidate in the 2023 elections, to address internal conflicts within his party before making divisive statements about Nigeria. Akpabio spoke during the valedictory session in honor of the late Edwin Clark, criticizing Peter Obi's recent remarks, suggesting that the efforts of Nigeria's past heroes were in vain. Let's take a look.
When somebody makes a statement that the labors of heroes past are in vain, I beg to disagree. Let our brother Peter Obi show leadership like Edwin Clark did, by resolving first the crisis in the Labour Party. For a man who wants to run Nigeria, you have one of the smallest parties in Nigeria, and you cannot even resolve the crisis in that Labour Party. Is it the crisis of Boko Haram that you will come and resolve in Nigeria? I would like us to be known for what we did when we had the opportunities. As I speak now, I can tell you about the dualized thoroughfares in my state. I can tell about the flyovers in my state. I can tell about the best international hospital in my state. I can tell about the monuments of government houses that are built, both for the governor and deputy. I'm one of the best digitalized governor's office in Nigeria. I can tell you about the best international stadium in West Africa. I can tell you about the free and compulsory education that I did for all Nigerians. I can tell you about the unity I brought in religion by sponsoring over 5,800 Muslims to the Holy Land and over 12 to 15,000 Christians to Rome and to Jerusalem. But then, those who are aspiring as presidential candidates and trying to cause division with their mouths, using the social media, tell them to resolve the small crisis in the smallest party they have in Nigeria first, before they come to talk about the larger Nigeria. But for the social media, it is unregulated. I wish you luck as you have a few days.
That was violent. Let me take this tweet. From Voice of the Oppressed, he wrote, misplaced priorities in his achievements mentioned in this video when he was governor. For example, 1, sent thousands of Muslims to Hajj and thousands of Christians to Rome and Israel for pilgrimage. The question is, what value does it add to GDP? 2, building the largest stadium in the West Africa in a country where our local league is crippled. 3, bragging of building of government houses for privileged few in this 21st century in a country where it's at brim of collapsing. Nigerians will never get it right until they stand up against all these odds that have bent to impoverish them from cradle to the grave. I mean, that was a loaded tweet as well, but yes, I think he was.
I think with due respect,
quickly.
Whatever he has spent on the pilgrims, you know, I think he should go and get that money. I know that money is gone, but if possible, we should get them back. And he could use it to fix schools and do things that are more important. You see, these leaders don't even understand the basic and the most important things, which are services to humanity, hospitals, schools, and the likes. And these are things that make a society. Awolowo's free education to the day we still talk about it. Bragging about building a stadium. Yes, okay, to attract people to play. But what about having an ancillary football team also there to be able to run out of the place?
That's it.
Then he talked about a hospital. Can you recommend that hospital for
is it the 41 billion?
I can't remember.
Hospital, yeah,
I want him,
since
he said he's built an hospital, the hospital is working. You should recommend the hospital for President Tinubu for his health checks. Because if you can build such a hospital, I don't see why President Tinubu,
according to Frank Shaibu's comment,
will have health checks anywhere else. So please, you should recommend that hospital for President Tinubu. But it just shows you that the priority is always different.
All right.
And if these politicians keep talking like it's their money, it's not your money.
Yeah.
If you sell Obitu to regale you with the things you do, we'll be able to tell you the things you do with the people's money.
Yes.
So it's not, I did it.
Yes.
I did it. No. If you brought out money from your pocket, we will be able to know.
All right.
So that's just it, pure and simple. But you should recommend that hospital for President.
You should recommend. That was Frank Shaibu. Vimbai has not spoken. Okay. And, we really have very little time. A comment quickly, then we move. Because I know you want to do your Enugu
I always
story.
like to say two things can be true.
Yes.
Akwa Ibom is doing well as a state. That's the honest truth. We cannot take away from that. You visit Uyo, and Uyo as the capital, and even on the fringes outside of Uyo, Akwa Ibom is, I believe in the past 6 years, the IGR has increased by over 170%. Having said that, I also think that it's not necessary to use some of these platforms to attack somebody who is not in the Senate. I understand if it was a debate happening within the Senate floor about opposition or about other things, but to bring that conversation into whatever was happening in the Senate at that moment, I think may have been misplaced. However, having said that, does the Labour Party drama need to be resolved? It does.
Right.
And this is what's happening with opposition parties across Africa. We spoke about Hakainde Hichilema here earlier, the Zambian opposition who came into power, and now America is cutting aid because they are unable to regulate the theft of medicine that is being donated by the US. So opposition parties also need to get their house in order. So
absolutely.
two things
I
can
like
be
that
true
point.
at the same time.
A quick comment, less than 20 seconds.
Mrs.
Vimbai, Mutiri Akpabio. That's why I had to make that.
You're calling me by my government name. Am I safe?
No, I just wanted to say I don't expect you.
No, but mine is Cross River, not
What's the difference?
Okay,
when I went to school in Cross River, the two
yes.
states were the same. Okay. But I agree with you that there's been a lot of transformation in the Akwa Ibom state. But one thing to say quickly. I don't think anybody should claim sponsorship of pilgrimages as an achievement. Now, we have said it again and again. That Section 10 of the Nigerian Constitution says there shall be no state religion. And that is what we have always said, that state governments have no business sponsoring anybody on pilgrimage. Religion is a personal orthodoxy. If you want to go to Israel or you want to go to Saudi Arabia, sponsor yourself. So it's not something anybody can claim as achievement. Number two, very quickly also, the Godswill Akpabio International Stadium has been very useful to Nigeria.
Okay.
That is a very visible achievement. It's right to claim that. Number three is about Mr. Peter Obi. Now, yesterday I said he has not committed any offense with what he said.
Yes.
Okay, he says the labor of our leaders past is now in vain and all of that. That is his personal opinion. He's saying that Nigeria is a country that have not met its potential, that has not fulfilled the dream of the founding fathers. How is that a crime?
Yes.
Okay, so and then all this comparison and all of that, the focus should be at that plenary on Pa Edwin Clark.
Correct.
Because that was the occasion,
Correct.
Pa Edwin
Well
Clark.
said.
And then the Senate president was saying he was speaking in the voice of Pa Edwin Clark. How do we know that?
No, he said it. He said it during the presentation.
He's the AI version of Pa Edwin Clark.
How does he know that?
How do we know that?
I mean,
that is what Pa Edwin Clark, now blessed memory,
well,
have said. They should just leave Peter Obi alone.
This is it.
He can express himself.
Right.
He's a citizen.
Like we said yesterday, we always have to speak truth to power.
Seriously.